What's up, family? It's your boy Kasim, aka Showtime. I'm gonna get right to it. Here, let's talk about something simple but real, and that's black unity. Why is it every time we start something, most of the time, I say a good 80% of the time, we don't finish it? Why? Why is it every time we try to build something together or collaborate together, it's always a problem? I mean, I used to wonder that, and to this day I still wonder that. But I'm starting to put the pieces together because I'm going back to, in my opinion, where it started at, and that's with Black Wall Street. But right here, right now, at Black Power Rise, I want to open you guys' minds up, open your eyes up. That's what I should say. I want to open your eyes up and realize, people like Dr. King, when he talked about there needs to be a change. Then we had our former president and Barack Obama, who said that I am the change. And that's what this shirt here represents. So, here at Black Power Rise, where I always look to inspire my peoples, at the same time inspire everyone watching this. And I thank you all for those that subscribe to the channel. I thank you all for those that watched it. On top of that, here at Black Power Rise, and today, that's what I'm talking about. It's black unity. Black unity, which is dangerous in some people's eyes. Why? That's something you gotta figure out. But at the same time, those that people whose eyes are open and know what's going on, it's because they fear it. They fear for some reason of us, uniting. And most of the time, some are not ready. But for those that are ready, that support each other, that support black businesses, that support those that are trying to do the right thing, those that are doing the right thing out there, I applaud all of you all. On top of that, back to what I was saying about black unity. As I said, black unity to some is dangerous. It's built on a system that wants to keep us distracted, keep us apart. That's a definite. But it's up to us to realize black unity, is built on a system to keep us separated, to keep us distracted. Most importantly, it's for us to be silent, because a lot of kids are not taught about Black Wall Street. A lot of children are not taught about other black icons and people who invented things that still work to this day. I'll say Gary Morgan, for instance. On top of that, as I said, we're gonna go deep. I'm gonna keep it real, as I always do here at Black Power Rise. And I want to thank those, who subscribe to the channel, those that have watched the channel. On top of that, so let's get it now. Just listen to me, everyone. Look at the strategy here. I'm talking from the plantation to the prison system. Divide and conquer. You know, that's always been the play. That's always been what they want. And, you know, this is why I love talking to people like my grandmother. And I always loved talking to my late grandparents, my late grandmother on my father's side and my late grandfather on my father's side. Because I used to love hearing their stories. And even my great aunt Twala, I would love hearing. And now I have my cousin / Uncle Ecker, who I can talk to anytime and hear about the 50s and the 60s when they was coming up. But I don't care what color you are. It's always been like light skin versus dark skin, African versus Caribbean, you know, hood versus stubborn, Democrat versus Republican. That's not a continent. That's control, people. That's what they fear. That's why they feared black unity. Trust me, they know. They know when we link up, when we disapparel, you know, when we really get together, it connects. When we start building businesses together, when we're across borders, you know, across classrooms, when kids are working together. It's a beautiful thing, everyone. I don't care what generation it is. We don't just strive, we shake the whole foundation, everyone. This is what I mean, and I'll promise you here in this video, I'm gonna talk about it, and as I said, open your eyes. On top of that, motivate all of you all here watching this at Black Power Rise. Remember Tulsa, Rosewood, the move in Philly. Every time we built something, people, they just didn't tear it apart. They targeted the unity. Look at people like Madam C.J. Walker, who had a great start in being an entrepreneur. She inspired so many women. Look at all of these people. Look at those around you now. When we collaborate together, that's when we're the most dangerous. So here at Black Power Rise, today, I'm going deep. So please hit that like and subscribe button. It helps the channel. On top of that, I love doing what I do, everyone. Because when you're doing something that you love, no one can stop you. When you have God in your life, you have that wisdom that you always wanted. Nothing can stop you. Your confidence will grow. I promise you, everyone. Why it still matters, everyone. So let's fast forward to now, because you heard me talk about how my family always stuck together, you know, in the 60s before my time. And then on top of that, you had black families that came up from the South that stuck together because that's all they had was each other. So as I said, let's fast forward it to now. Now we got algorithms, you know, feeding us conflict. You know, we got the media, we got hype and beef, cooperating, selling blackness back to us, no, with no soul. So back to us. Most people are not aware, especially this generation. You know, my heart goes out to Malcolm Jamal Warner. He was like a brother to me, to all of us who grew up watching The Cosby Show. I know a lot of these generation don't know about The Cosby Show. But my heart goes out. And then, you know, it's crazy, before he passed and that accident, that tragedy happened, I was watching Malcolm and Eddie with my daughter for like the last 2 weeks, and it's showing her. And then about a month ago, I had her watching The Cosby Show, the very first episode, you know, when Dr. Huxtable had a talk with Theo, and Theo was talking about what he's gonna do when he gets older, and it was like the game of Monopoly, but Dr. Huxtable was trying to teach him a lesson, and Theo was still trying to resist and prove his point about, I still have this left. Then Dr. Huxtable, but you have a wife and a kid to take care of. Bam! And next thing you know, my daughter was laughing about it, and I'm like, I was laughing too with her, but she got the message. And I was telling her he's trying to teach his son responsibility at an early age, and this is something I'm trying to teach you. But there's so many stories with the Cosby Show that I could go on and on and on, but I'm not yet. Matter of fact, I will. But this is the point, what I'm saying. A black unity, everyone. It even starts in the household. It starts with you. It starts with your family, your parents. Because there are some things they're just not going to teach you in school. There's things out here that they don't want you to know. There are things out here that you're going to have to find out on your own. And there is something wrong with that. I'm not going to say there's nothing wrong with that. There is something wrong with that, because we should know about our history. We should know more than we were just brought here as slaves. It's not fair, but when you get older, it's up to you to find out. And that's if you even want to find out. On top of that, it's up to you to make that change. You know, hang around the people that's gonna be united together. Hang around those that not gonna downgrade you, but uplift you. And you have to want that. Just like it's up to you to have that relationship with God. But real unity, you know, it can't be packed. It's not just a hashtag or hoodies. It's a land, it's schools, it's tech, it's health, it's vision out here. It's showing up for each other, you know, being there for one another instead of downgrading each other. Even when it's not trending, even when it's not benefiting you, you should always want to help your fellow man or fellow sister. And we're taught to hate on one another. Why? Most of the people out here, that's what they do. And that's what they want. But back to what I'm talking about here. When it's black unity, that's when we're the most dangerous. You know, I can remember when I was a teenager, and when the Crown Heights riot happened, that's like one of the first times I can remember being in the presence of seeing black people united. You know, another time when you had Sean Bell, who passed away, and God rest his soul, and his family, I hope his mom's doing great out there, and father also, and his daughters and ex-fiance, you know, God bless his family, basically. So what I'm saying is, that's another time I seen black people united. Even George Floyd, even for those. But the reason I brought that up is because always when a tragedy happens, that's when we really get together. But why is that? Why we can't just get together on regular days and collaborate with one another? Why? Because the system is built for us to be apart, but we have to break that together. So in unity, as I said, and when we move as one, you know, we change the game, everyone. You know, the culture shifts, the politics shift, the economic shift. That's when we're the most dangerous. You know, I have another book coming out that's going to be based on a film I'm working on, and it's to open everyone's eyes like I do here at Black Power Rise. And it's gonna be awesome, everyone. Also, you know, I have another one, and now I'm talking about this. I may change some things up with my book, True Brothers Back in the Game, as well as Year of the Gentleman too. Even my other one coming out, Hood Lover 2. You'll see those books in the fall of this year, everyone. And it's still summer, so we're in the third quarter of the year, y'all. You know, I have my books coming out, Pure Evil, When Cities Collide. On top of that, the preludes to those that's coming out, and that's Strange Tales. You have Outstanding Adventures and Tales and Mystery, featuring Dr. Wade. On top of that, shout out to a new author of mine, Miss Duncan Richards, who has a book coming out, a few books coming out on top of that. But I'll get to that later, y'all. Right now, let's get back to it. So, if you've been wondering why they fierce, unified, here's the answer, everyone. Because a unified black people can't be controlled. You know, us being together and collaborating together, we cannot be controlled. We can't be brought, and sure as hell can't be stopped. Unity is the cheat code, people. And the moment we lock in, the moment we lock in together, collaborate together, you know, help build businesses together, give each other ideas and run with it, we all win, everyone. Peace, power, progress, always. Trust me, I've seen it. And it's going on a few places out here in America. But on top of that, some may feel like we're never gonna win. That ain't true whatsoever. You heard that from me. It is not true whatsoever. You have to put in your mind that you are gonna be successful. You have to put in your mind and get the confidence. And at the same time, it takes work, it takes belief, it takes faith. Again, that's where God comes in at, y'all. The more you build that relationship with him, the more you're gonna feel confident, the more you're gonna feel relieved. Trust and believe. It's your boy Kasim here at Black Power Rise. Family, let me ask you all something, for those that's watching and still here with me. Let me ask you, what happens when we as a people come together with one mission, one mindset, and a goal, which is to rise, which is to win, which is to support one another? What happens? Look at this right here. In 1921, a community in Tulsa proved the power of unity. They built something the world wasn't ready for. And I really mean that the world wasn't ready for. A self-sustaining economic powerhouse. A place so successful, it was called Black Wall Street. But what made Black Wall Street so powerful wasn't just money. It was black unity. And this is what I'm talking about, everyone. And that's what we're talking about today. Black Wall Street. It teaches us three things, everyone. One, in my opinion, ownership is power. Circulating the black dollar builds strength. Unity makes us unstoppable. This isn't just history that I'm talking about, everyone. It's a strategy. And I'm showing you the proof. Because it's happening today. Black unity in action and real success. People, the Nation of Islam has community programs. You have the Black Lives Matter organization protests. You have entrepreneurs that support one another in cities like Atlanta. The Tulsa Black Tech Street Today programs. You have the Black Lives Matter organization protests. You have entrepreneurs that support one another in cities like Atlanta. The Tulsa Black Tech Street today. Atlanta is one of the top cities for black entrepreneurs. Why? Because of black support systems, black investors, black customers. That's the modern day thing of today's Black Wall Street. That's just my opinion, everyone. In Tulsa, black leaders launched Black Tech Street, a movement to turn the place and destruction into a global center of black innovation, unity plus vision. We still build. They told us we never rise, but we still rise. So, what was Black Wall Street, everyone? What was the nickname of Greenwood District, in Tulsa, Oklahoma? In the early 1900s, it was home. It was home to over 10,000 black residents. Not just surviving, but thriving. This is what I mean about unity, everyone. Over 300, and I mean over 300 black-owned businesses. You had newspapers, I believe 2 or 3 of them. You had 21 churches. You had schools, doctors, lawyers, grocery stores, movie theaters, all black-owned. This is what I'm talking about. Black Wall Street. It was also known as Greenwood District in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It began to truly flourish, I want to say in the early 1900s, I believe around 1906. And its peak in development, it was between 1906 and 1921. I just said that to one of my boys just the other day. But here, everyone, the quick timeline I'm gonna give you all. The reason why I showed that footage, everyone, because what I'm saying is back then in Greenwood Ave, in Black Wall Street, you could walk down the block and then everyone supporting each other. Also, spending $1 5 times before they left the community, it was a beautiful thing back then. This is black economic power, everyone. This is the blueprint. This is what I'm talking about with unity. And here at Black Power Rise, this is what I'm talking about today. Because back then, they weren't waiting for handouts. They built their own banks, created their own jobs, everyone, built their own land, hired each other, taught each other, protected one another. This is what I mean, again, about unity, about us collaborating in the present today, people. That's unity, and that's the threat that I'm also talking about. So, I want to ask all of you here watching this, why was it destroyed? Just leave the comments. Yeah, I want to ask you all, guys. I want to ask you all watching this here. Why was it destroyed? In May of 1921, false accusations and white rage triggered. It was one of the most worst acts of racial violence in the U.S. history, people. A white mob attacked Greenwood, bombed it from the sky, burned it to the ground. Over 300 of our people were killed. Thousands left homeless. Black Wall Street wiped off the map. This is things that are not taught in schools. This is why I'm here talking about it today. It's not talked about to this day, everyone. Let me be very clear, everyone. Crystal clear. They destroyed the buildings, not the blueprint. So, what can we learn from Black Wall Street and bring it, to the present? Watch this. So I'm here with Edwin, everyone. And Edwin, let the folks know what black unity means to you.
It means communal. It means community. That's what it means to me. We all need to be in this together. That's the only way we're gonna survive Donald Trump. Community.
Thank you, Edwin. So, what I'm really saying to you guys is, and letting you all know, you do not have to be a millionaire to make a difference. You know, you do not have to be a millionaire to have an impact on someone's life. You know, you can start small. Support black-owned businesses. You know, support those that are doing positive things around you. Support black people, basically. That's what I'm saying. In your community that's doing positive things in your community. Because when we all support one another, that's when we, as I said, unite, everyone. I love to see people working together. I love to see black-owned businesses thriving, as well as my own also, and getting the support from those. And sometimes you may even be surprised who supports you. I know I was when I went to meet up with Lenny Green, and shout out to Miss Pam also, and his assistant who supported my daughter's coloring book. I have the link in that description also. You know, then you had other people that supported me in my novels also. I was amazed. So I'm talking from experience, everyone. Also, they can't wait to see my stage plays. Also, those that have heard about me already, I was shocked and amazed, everyone. This is what I'm talking about with us, you know, uniting, collaborating, networking with one another, and supporting each other. This is what I mean about you can always start small, everyone. You do not have to be a millionaire to make a difference. Because when I talk about unity, I'm not just talking about us just uniting. I'm talking about us building each other up. I'm talking about us collaborating. I'm talking about us, you know, working together, thriving together. It's a beautiful thing, people. So, a future worth fighting for. And if this have moved you in any kind of way, if this has helped you rise in any kind of way and open your eyes, please share it with your friends and family. I don't care how many you share it with. Just share it, everyone. On top of that, hit that like and subscribe button. It helps the channel, and you know, keep doing what I do here at Black Power Rise. Because together we'll rise, people. It's your boy Kasim, and I'm out.